Today you will discover a powerful mental tool you can use to develop mental toughness and to reduce your procrastination and also to increase your self-confidence. And now that's a pretty big claim, but I really mean it. This is a powerful tool, so stay with me to the end and you'll see exactly what I mean. Scandinavian Bob here, hi. This channel is about reducing anxiety and discovering interesting biohacks and self-improvement tricks in order to build a stronger self. So consider subscribing, click on the little bell icon, and let's get going. Before we start, there is an important word I want you to remember because it will have a big place in the video in a few moments. The word is resistance. Okay, great, so remember that one as we'll get back to it soon. Now, take a look around your house and see if you can find a big glass jar. It has to be big and it should be clear so you can see through the walls. If you cannot find any in your house, then make sure to pick one up the next time you are out shopping because this jar could potentially change your life. Then what you want to do is to put it somewhere where you can see it often. Personally, I have mine under my kitchen window as I sit by the kitchen table most of the time when I'm working on my laptop. I'm looking at it right now as I'm recording this. It's a big glass jar about 3 feet away from me. So now you say, okay, great, but stop telling us about your kitchen. What are we supposed to do with the jar? Oh, well, fair enough. I thought you'd never ask. The jar is going to be your mental toughness bank, and you are going to build your mental toughness fund week by week. Here's the deal. Every time you know you should be doing something, but you feel that resistance and you have no motivation whatsoever, but you still somehow manage to do it anyway, well, then you are going to take a small piece of paper, write the date up in the corner, and then you write a few words on how you took action despite feeling resistance to it. For example, last Sunday I had a really bad day. You know, one of those days when nothing can get you going. Well, I managed to still go out for a 30-minute run, and when I came back home I took a 3-minute ice-cold shower. After that I took a small piece of paper, I wrote the date on the top, and then just these few words. I went on a 30-minute run, and after that I took a 3-minute cold shower, even though I did not feel like it at all. Then I folded that small piece of paper once and I threw it in the glass jar. I literally just added some self-discipline funds into my mental toughness bank. I'll explain why this is so powerful in a moment, but first let me say, this is something you should do whenever you feel resistance to an activity, but you do it in the face of that resistance. If you are invited to a party, but you don't really know anyone there, and you are uncomfortable with the idea of going alone, well, then you probably feel that resistance again. If you go anyway, which I think you should, then as soon as you get home, you write it down on that paper, fold it one time and throw it in your jar. There you go, +1 braveness fund added to the bank. If you need to be studying for an exam and you feel that resistance and you manage to push yourself to study for an hour anyway, great, paper in the jar, +1 self-discipline fund added to the bank. If you need to fix the porch outside your house, but you are not that handy at all, so you are not even sure how to start. You feel so unsure of yourself, so you feel all kinds of resistance. But then you use Google to your help and you take it step by step, and then during the weekend you actually manage to build a new really good porch. Great! Paper in the jar, +1 self-confidence fund added. Now there are several reasons why this works so well. Listen, there are many things we can do to increase, for example, courage and confidence, like repeating positive affirmations, for example. Phrases like, I am confident, I am brave, I can deal with anything, and so on. You see, the problem here is, while these affirmations do work for some people, they do not work for everyone. For some people, the brain simply replies, yeah, right, or no, I'm not, or the hell I can, after those phrases. So to be honest, they are pretty useless for most people because we simply just do not believe those affirmations. Now, if we can only find something that we could really believe, then we would grow fast. And this is according to mental experts, as they say the best way to get supreme confidence, courage and self-discipline is to start believing in ourselves. Let's underscore the word believe there. So how could one go about doing this in an effective manner? Well, oh my God, the glass jar. This is where the glass jar enters the picture. Listen, for each paper you put in the jar, you have real physical evidence that you did go to the dentist to fix that root canal, even though you felt resistance. And you have a paper that says you went to the gym and managed to do a super hard training session, despite the fact that your ex just broke up with you, so your resistance was huge. All those small papers in the jar are the evidence you need. You can see, literally black on white, numerous of occasions when you did something in the face of that resistance. And you know it's true because you wrote them yourself. Okay, so let's say it's been about 4 months from now, and you have been building up the mental toughness bank with more and more papers, day by day and week by week. So you now have lots of papers in your bank. Remember now how I told you to have the glass jar close to you so you can see it several times a day? Well, now you can actually look and see all the hard things you did, and this will make you feel good about yourself. Your confidence will grow. Your self-esteem will grow. Also, remember the mental experts who said we need evidence in order to grow fast. Well, if I look slightly to my right, I see my jar, and it makes me feel good. Heck, I even get inspired to keep adding more to it. More discipline funds, more self-confidence funds, and so on. Then what you should also do is every now and then get your hand in there and pull out a couple of papers and read them and take it all in. There it is, black on white. Scan it with your brain. The more you do this and the more paper you are putting into your bank, the more mental toughness you will develop. And listen to this, as you now have so much evidence in that jar, you will start viewing yourself as a confident, disciplined, brave, and mental tough person. And this is so awesome because the strongest force in the human psychology is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. And since you now really are viewing yourself as a mentally strong person, it will become so much easier for you to just do all those things that needs to be done whenever you feel that resistance. It will become easier because the lines I just said are almost like a psychological natural law. Again, the strongest force in the human psychology is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. So in other words, if you now with the help of the glass jar define yourself as mentally strong, well, you now have that strong psychological force on your side, making sure you stay consistent with your goals. And with that strong force by your side, it's almost like you now can crush the resistance right away, and you just go and do the activities with almost no effort. You have become a mental toughness beast. Okay guys, really give this a try, as it is a tool that works. Don't just watch my videos and then don't do anything. I mean, of course I like that you guys are watching, but I really want the best for you all. So I also want you to actually try the things I talk about. Alright, this is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Consider subscribing for more helpful videos, and as always I wish you all the best in your journey to become the strongest version of yourself. And remember, as Winston Churchill used to say, if you're going through hell, keep going.